We've been getting a lot of news about this on social media. I've been seeing a lot of things on Facebook, private groups, on TikTok, and social media. I mean, everywhere. I'm going to give it to you straight and honestly pay attention to what I'm about to say, because these are the 3 things that's going to happen. But before I go there, I want to talk about the NAR case and what happened there. So what happened there is they basically lost a case where NAR basically got sued and they lost, that they were predetermining how much commission the buyer agent was going to get paid from the seller. And also, did the seller need to pay the buyer agent commission when they only hired the listing agent? They lost the case, and obviously they're going to appeal. Now, is the appeal going to happen? We don't know that yet. It depends on how much money NAR has, because they got to post close to that amount as far as the litigation aspect of it. And if they don't have that money, then they'll most likely settle, and that's that, right? But let's talk about what it does for you as a realtor. 3 scenarios may happen here. 1, the listing agent will get a contract signed by the seller. Then the listing is going to tell the seller, okay, I got the listing contract. We're going to put it on the market, but be advised that you will get an offer or offers. And most likely, this offer is going to come with a buyer exclusive agreement, basically saying, hey, can you also pay me a compensation for bringing you the buyer? So seller has a choice. Should I pay for this? Should I not? If I don't want to, then they're on their own. That's option 1. Option 2 is the offer will come with a credit request from the buyer to the seller, asking the seller to pay for the commission that they have to in turn pay it to the buyer agent. So buyers is basically write an offer. Hey, seller, here's an offer for your home. By the way, can you give me $15,000 for credit? Because I'm going to need that to pay my buyer agent their commission, because I barely have enough for the down payment. So the seller will eventually look at the offer, and if it makes sense, if it's high enough and they feel they're happy about this whole situation, the seller will agree to that credit basically be given directly to the buyer. So scenario B is seller to buyer. Scenario A was seller to buyer agent. Now scenario C, which has not happened yet, and it will be irresponsible of the government not having to be involved in this. And it's already talks about this. I've been to Sacramento 2 to 3 years now. I'm a state director for the California Association of Realtors. I'm also a national board director for NAR. And these 2 organizations, obviously, we know things first before the realtor community knows about it. And so option C is where potentially the biggest government entities out there, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, will have to step in and allow the buyer expense as the commission to be financed in escrow. So in other words, now the buyer, instead of coming up with extra $10,000 to $15,000 for commissions out of pocket, aside from the down payment that sometimes most likely barely have, such as first-time buyers, now they will be able to get that finance through the loan. There'll be less of an impact for the buyer to come up with that money, and they can purchase their home. And the seller doesn't have to pay the buyer agent any money because it'll be financed. So those 3 scenarios are most likely what's going to happen. And so we have to understand that we got to keep calm, right? It's not going to go crazy. Buyer agents are not going to go extinct like dinosaurs. It's not going to happen. I've seen crazy stories out there. It's just like buyer agents are going to be eliminated. Listing agents are going to double in everything. No, guys, you know what this does? This is an opportunity for us to really step up our game, right? Our value, we have to leave with more value. So listing agents, listen, your listing presentation has to go 10x, right? Buyer agents, you're going to have buyer presentations now. You have to earn that commission. So the same way you have listing presentations for sellers, buyer agents will now have to have presentations for buyers, because if buyers have to come out of pocket and they're going to pay for this, they're now going to have to be picky as far as who are they going to employ to help them represent them on a purchase. Keep that in mind. But it's not going to be enough, or 3%, 2%. Hey, don't worry about that. Picture this. When value is here and the commission is here like a lens where this is blurry and this is focused, what does the seller and buyer see? They see the value. This is all blurred now. Commission is an afterthought. So when you increase your value, improve your value proposition, then you have nothing to worry about. There'll be a 20, 30% reduction in California realtors, nationwide, same way as well. More business for you guys. These listings that normally you will not get because obviously their uncle, aunt, or whoever gave them the listing because they didn't earn it, they just happen to know them through family. Now you're going to get it. It's all about mindset, guys. And here's the other thing, guys. Sellers are always going to want to pay premium service for something they're only going to do 3 times in their lives, right? That's selling their home. The average American has dual income. Husband has a job, wife has a job. They're both busy. They're not going to sit down one night at the dinner table and say, hey, honey, let's go ahead and sell our home on our own. They don't have time for this stuff. They're going to always have to hire a realtor. and pay Premier money for Premier services, because we understand that flat fees don't count. They don't work. Rex came in, went bankrupt. Purple Bricks came in. Remember them? They went bankrupt. These models don't work. So just know and understand that we're going to be here for a very, very long time, just a little bit different changes. So it's a growing opportunity. You look at it that way, know to keep calm and stay focused and work on your business and work on your value proposition.